What's good, world? It's your boy, the Earthling Gangster. Y'all know the drill. Every day we wake up, we look at ourselves in the mirror and we say, I love you. Then we ask ourselves, how are you going to master your movement? How are you going to make your mark? And how are you going to maximize your message? I got my homie Deontay Jenkins over here. He was jam. I don't know if he still is or not. I can't hear. Jamming to some Timmy Turner and Frank Ocean. They go hand in hand, right? So today, right, y'all know the purpose of this channel, right? The main purpose of this channel is to goal set and strategize to goal achieve. The other purpose of this channel is to help artists increase their income by developing business skills. Now, whenever it comes to developing business skills, what is the one thing that you can really learn how to do? Okay, and that is to manage one's self. So if we're trying to manage oneself, then how about let's listen to Peter Drucker, who wrote a book called Manage One's Self. And if you've made it this far into the video, then you are going to want to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give a special offer to those who stay to the end of the video. And if you make it to the end, you will be qualified to get a free what I'm about to offer is normally $1,000, but I'm giving it away for free for those who make it to the end of this video and do something that I tell you to do at the end of the video. So make sure you make it to the end of the video. Now, management. Listen, this is why you're gonna think, okay, if I want to make money, why is management important? Okay, and we're gonna read the little intro from this book. Okay, I've never read a book on a video, but so this intro says history's great achievers, a Napoleon, a Da Vinci, a Mozart, have always managed themselves. That, in large measure, is what makes them great achievers. But they are rare exceptions, so unusual both in their talents and their accomplishments as to be considered outside boundaries of ordinary human existence. Now, most of us, even those of us with modest endowments, will have to learn to manage ourselves. We will have to learn to develop ourselves. We will have to practice. We will have to place ourselves where we can make the greatest contribution, and we will have to stay mentally alert and engaged during a 50-year working life, which means knowing how and when to change the work that we do. Management is important. If a surgeon came into the office, into your appointment, and they said, we got to operate on your brain, and they said, what's the plan, doc? How do you put your stuff together? And he says, we ain't got no plan. I don't put my stuff together. I just do everything off the top of my head. You're going to go into an anxiety attack, right? Right. It says we have to place ourselves where we can make the greatest contribution. Okay, we're not here. This channel ain't here to help you become average. Okay, we're not dropping all this knowledge for average results. We're looking for great contributions, greatest contributions. So what's the best way to find out how you can make the greatest contribution? Okay, and that is what it says. This is the first chapter. What are my strengths? Okay, a lot of people like to optimize off their weaknesses, or a lot of people like to spend time, which we only have a small amount of time, right? They like to spend this time strengthening their weaknesses. And I understand that. That's totally cool. This is the hardest part. Sometimes your strengths aren't your favorite things. Sometimes your favorite thing might actually be a weakness. All right, so this goes into a huge level of self-awareness. And Gary Vaynerchuk, huge entrepreneur, has a fantastic marketing agency, has a fantastic following on social media. He talks a lot about the importance of self-awareness. Right, some people are good at some things, and they're supposed to be really good at some things. But for example, the number one, he says, the number 5, 6, and 7 at Facebook are still millionaires. Right, some of the managers in Facebook are millionaires, but a lot of people think you got to be the CEO to make a lot of money. But that's not necessarily the case at all. So, what are your strengths? There are two things that you can do to find out what your strengths are. And if you're looking for the past 3 strategy session videos that I've done, we've been finding out different ways to find our strengths. Last week we went through Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week, where we talked about the 80-20 principle and maximizing your time. The week before, I think we talked about money. And the week before that, we went through the one thing, how to get extraordinary results, right? How to find the one thing that you're good at. And then before that, we went through an exercise on how to find your sweet spot. So now we're going to find our strengths. What are your strengths? There's two things that you can do, okay? One is called feedback analysis. So the goal with feedback analysis, and unfortunately, this is a 9 to 12 month process, but after a couple years, you can get really, really good at this. So right now, today, write down where you want to be in a year, right? What's the goals that you want to achieve? What are you trying to get to, right? Let's talk of health. What health are you trying? What levels of health are you trying to get to? Wealth. What kind of money are you trying to make? How are you trying to make it? Love. Where do you want your relationships to get to? Maybe family, friends, or significant others. And then happiness. What can you do to love yourself a little bit more, right? So some goals in that area. You can maybe stick to one area if you want to. Maybe you've mastered other ones, okay? But you want to write down these goals. Where do you think you're going to be in a year? Write down several of them, right? What outcomes do you think are going to happen in a year? And then a year from that, okay, 12 months later, 9 months later, see if you actually got those outcomes, right? And if you didn't get those outcomes, then the feedback will be, okay, maybe this isn't my strength. On the flip side, though, you're going to find that there were some things that you were really able to pull off with expertise, with levels of excellence that those other goals you weren't able to do, right? And this is a fantastic way to really, there's a tendency that humans have. It's called the over-optimism tendency. It's a cognitive function within our brain. It's a psychological tendency that we're not aware of unless you learn about it, right? We're over-optimistic. I'm a very positive person. I'm a very optimistic person. Sometimes I'm still over-optimistic though, right? So this feedback analysis, this little test, helps you not succumb and not crumble because of this over optimism tendency. Back in the day, I thought I could have been a heck of a lot better of a basketball player than I am right now, and we'll get more into basketball in a minute, right? So write down some goals, and then 9 to 12 months from now, see how close you were to those goals, and based off what results you got, you're gonna find your strengths and you're gonna find some of your weaknesses. Part two, right, is to ask people. This is feedback analysis from other people's perspectives, right? So find 5 people in your life that you're pretty close with. They could be bosses, they could be friends, they could be just some people that you work with, they could be mentors, teachers, okay? And ask them, hey, boss, hey, friend, hey, mentor, what do you feel like are some of my strengths? And this is interesting. You might have to take some time to get them to be really honest with you. Hey, listen, I need your feedback. I'm trying to get better. I'm trying to get better results. I'm trying to find out how I can make my greatest contribution, as Peter Drucker says. And so I need to find my strengths. And I need you to tell me over the past X amount of months, X amount of years that you've known me, what are some of my strengths that you've realized? I did this several months ago with one of my bosses that I was working for at the time. I asked her, hey, you've known me for a while. What are some of my strengths? She said, positivity, energetic, right? Those are 2 of the things that are sticking out to me the most. She said some other things, but I don't want to go into that. This isn't about me. This is about you. However, I do talk about myself because I want you to know that I'm practicing what I'm preaching. So, feedback analysis. So who are the top 5 people that you can talk to? Maybe 10 if you want to go really hard. 10 people that you can reach out to and ask them, over the period that you know me, what strengths have you found? What strengths do I have? Right? And ask them that, and then just write them down. And then begin to tailor your time, to tailor your focus, to tailor your anything that you create, right, around these skills. How can you, one, we found the skills. Now, how can you strengthen these skills? Okay? Feedback analysis for myself. Let's do some stuff from what I've noticed, right? Your boy, all throughout college, okay, I played C League intramurals basketball. Not A League, not B League, not professional basketball, C League basketball, okay? And out of those 4 years in college that I played C League basketball, your boy only scored 2 points, okay? 2 points. Feedback analysis. All right. Feedback analysis said, Steffan, you shouldn't try to be a professional basketball player, right? You only scored 2 points over 4 years. Okay. However, a lot of people were telling me, dude, I love what you post. It's very motivational. It's very inspirational. I like that you whenever you say you're going to do something, 9 times out of 10, you go out there and do it. That's really, really cool. You help me organize what I'm trying to do. You help me believe in myself with the way you post things. Okay, a lot of people are liking that. Let me take off with that. And now we got What's Good World episodes and strategy sessions and some reaction videos, right? And we're featuring other people's stuff. There's so much coming that you don't even know about. So that's the question. How are you going to manage yourself? How are you going to manage your strengths? We're not going to talk about weaknesses today because you're going to find those with this exercise. But the key is you got to do these exercises. You got to find your strengths. Do you want to find your strengths? Strengths, 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 strengths. Don't ignore the weaknesses. If your weakness is I don't know, sales, persuasion, then now you know to team up with somebody who's a little bit more skilled in that area. Okay, and then you can team up with them, and then you can bounce off each other's ideas and bounce off each other's skills to create a huge team, which brings even better results. Okay, you want to find your strengths. If you're an actor, what type of character are you the best at being? Okay, and a lot of people, it's hard to find your strengths and commit to your strengths, especially whenever you're. Listen, I would like to do everything. I would love to do everything. There's so much that I want to do. But like Rami Malek said, he graduated from my college, and this dude just won Best Actor for an Emmy. Best Actor. He won an Emmy for a Best Actor, right? In an interview, he was talking. He said, for a while, I kept getting cast as the same thing, same type of role, and I was kind of upset about it. But then there was a day that I realized, you know what? I'm extremely grateful that there is this type of role that I am really good at. That whenever people think of this type of role, they think of me. And guess what? The award that he won his Emmy at was not that type of role, but he was able to master this type of role and then leverage that mastery to get the role that he had that won him the Emmy. Okay, so what are your strengths, and then how can you leverage these strengths to get get more of the things that you want to do? I like to goal set, goal achieve. If I help a director goal set and goal achieve, I can also use that to leverage my acting, or vice versa. If I help a dance company goal set and goal achieve, I could leverage that to travel the world and dance and teach. Right? So don't be scared to niche down. Don't be scared to find your strengths. Don't be scared. That's what all this is about. Don't be scared. So if you have made it to the end of this video, congratulations. You are now one step closer to being qualified for this free offer. So some of you may be asking, what is this free offer? You have the opportunity to work with me one-on-one for a month to goal set. We're going to find a goal that you are struggling to achieve, and I'm going to help you come up with elite level strategies, right? And give you the right information that I only give my clients, personal clients. I'm gonna give you a lot of this information. I'm gonna give you all this information so you can strategize and achieve that goal. Now, how can you actually make this happen? What can you do to get this free offer? Okay, all you have to do, it's really, really simple. All you have to do is type Timmy Turner and tag 3 people in the comments below. Okay, so if you're watching this on YouTube, type Timmy Turner, tag 3 people. And if you don't know how to tag people on YouTube, all you gotta do is go to Google, how do you tag people on YouTube comments, and it'll tell you exactly how to do that. If you're on Facebook, it's really easy. All you gotta do is type Timmy Turner and then put in 3 people's names below. All right, so and then after the next couple of days, I'm going to select somebody who did that, who followed through with that, and this person will get an opportunity to work with me one-on-one, and we're gonna accomplish some goals. So y'all know the drill. So y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Earthling Gangsta. We're just trying to make everybody a little bit happier. We're just trying to make everybody a little bit stronger. We're just trying to make everybody believe in themselves a little bit more confident. We're just trying to show the world some love. So y'all know who it is. It's your boy, the Earthling Gangsta. I'm not your life coach. I'm not your guru. I'm not Peter Drucker. I just am.